You're listening to Tutor Time with Mallory, and now for your host, Mallory.
And welcome back to Tutor Time with Mallory. Today I have the honor of interviewing Mr. Todd Morgan. How are you today, Todd?
I'm doing well, Mallory. Thanks for having me on your show.
Thank you. How did you know you wanted to get into the school system?
Yeah, like I said, this is I'm in now over 25 years in public education in North Carolina, and so I started out. My mom was a school teacher, and so I kind of was influenced probably by her. And then I had a lot of really good teachers growing up as a kid, so I was influenced by that, and a lot of my favorite teachers and coaches. Growing up as a kid, I kind of wanted to emulate them. So when I was at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill for my undergraduate studies, I switched over into education major and health and physical education, and earned my bachelor's degree in that there. And that's when I started student teaching, and just kind of got into it and enjoyed being around the kids and pouring into them, and teaching and coaching. So just it seemed like a natural fit, and I've been in it for a long time now.
What was it like going into UNC to get your master's in school administration?
Yeah, and actually, I have my undergraduate degree, my Bachelor of Arts in Education from UNC Chapel Hill. I actually have a master's degree in sport administration from Georgia Southern University, and then another master's degree in school administration, actually from East Carolina University. So I, kind of enjoyed each of those, and I've used each of those degrees because I taught health and physical education for a while and was a coach. And then I was served as an athletic director at 5 different high schools. And I'm the county athletic director for Jones County Public Schools right now. And so I used my master's in sport administration in those roles. And then obviously when I transitioned as an assistant principal and then now as a principal, I have used my master's in school administration. So I think all of my education has helped me provide what I needed in the jobs and different roles that I've served in.
What was it like the first time you came back to Charles B. Aycock High School?
Yeah, it was kind of neat. I came back, obviously, once I had accepted the position as principal, and I'm excited to get started officially on February 1st. But I did go back they had a ceremony for a Hall of Fame induction and a retirement ceremony for some excellent educators who are retiring. And I just had a chance to say a few words and kind of be introduced briefly by the outgoing principal, John Bell, and he was tremendous. And just really great to see everybody, see some familiar faces again, and be back, back at CB Aycock. What a great school. I'm so excited to be coming back there as a principal. But it was really nice to be on campus again and start to get that vibe of being back at CB Aycock. So I'd been there before as a coach, and and I knew when I left, I was like, if I ever get a chance to come back to CB Aycock, I will, because it's a special place. And so here we are, 7, 8 years later, and I'm coming back as a principal. So that's pretty neat.
What was it like being the assistant principal in Pamlico County?
Yeah, Pamlico County is a neat county. It's a small school system, kind of like Jones County, and that really provided me that opportunity to start my path in administration. I had a chance to be an assistant principal in Pamlico County, and I was at the middle school as the assistant principal, and I was still coaching basketball at the high school. So I kind of got to be a part of both the middle school and the high schools there. But my assistant principal duties, you're at a small school and you wear a lot of hats, and so the principal there afforded me the opportunity to do a lot of things, which was really good, because then it gave me a chance to grow and learn new things, and I think prepare me then for the opportunity later to be an assistant principal at Jones Senior High School. And then obviously those opportunities prepared me well to be the principal here at Jones Senior High School. And then that's prepared me well to have the opportunity to be the principal at CB Aycock. So I think it's been just part of my path, that I have been able to learn and grow in each of those steps. But Pamlico County is very special, because if I hadn't had that opportunity as an assistant principal so many years ago, I probably wouldn't be having this opportunity now to come to CB Aycock as the principal. So great school system, learned a lot. Dr. Wanda Dawson, Miss Barbara Miller was my principal at the middle school. Dr. Wanda Dawson was the superintendent. Miss Lisa Jackson, superintendent now. She was the principal at the high school at the time. So I learned a lot from a lot of the folks there in Pamlico County, Henry Rice and Jeremy Johnson, and some of the folks there are really good educators and poured into me and helped me grow. So always appreciate my time at Pamlico County.
What did you accomplish at East Carteret High School?
Yeah, East Carteret High School was a wonderful school, tremendous school. I had a chance to be the athletic director there and the boys and girls basketball coach and the boys and girls golf coach. I actually coached a little bit of boys and girls cross country as well my first year there. So I served in a lot of different roles on the leadership team with Mr. Joe Paletti, who's now the principal at West Carteret, and Miss Catherine Steele. They were the two principals at the time. Miss Juanita Russell was assistant principal. Had a chance to spend a lot of time with them and learn from three really outstanding education administrators. And then serving as the athletic director, I still was a part of the administrative team and, learned a lot there. And then getting to coach, obviously been a basketball coach a large part of my career. And we had some really good teams. Girls and boys basketball teams went to the playoffs. The girls team went all the way to the Final Four. And the boys and girls golf teams did really well. We had a couple players on each team that went to the state championships. So just a great time in Carteret County. And East Carteret's a special school. It's a community school. And, that was a neat time in my life. And it prepared me well as also for my next step to becoming the principal here at Jones Senior.
How did you know that you wanted to be a principal in the school system?
Yeah, I think it's just a natural progression. I started out years ago, over 25 years ago, as an ISS coordinator, and then from there became a health and physical education teacher and a coach, and then became an athletic director, and worked my way up to being an assistant principal, and then a principal. And so I think it's just a natural progression when you're in this business that you see opportunities to make a bigger impact. Hopefully you can have a positive impact on the lives of your students that you're teaching and coaching. And then as you work up the ladder, you're hopefully having an impact on the faculty and staff, and therefore having a bigger impact on all the students in the school, not just the ones you may have in your classroom or on your team. And then certainly I think as a principal, you're also having an impact on the community of the school that it serves. So it's not just about the students and the faculty and staff, but the families and the community that school serves. You really are involved and engaged in a lot of the community activities and having a bigger impact on a larger area.
What was it like being the assistant principal at Jones Senior High School?
Yeah, as assistant principal at Jones Senior, I wore a lot of hats because I was actually the assistant principal and the athletic director and the head boys basketball coach. So I was doing a lot of things. Sometimes in a smaller school, you'll wear a lot of hats. And, but again, I think that provides you with a lot of opportunity to, I got to still be around the kids as a coach on that level. And then as an athletic director, work with all the different coaches. So kind of have some impact on all the different sports teams, and that affects a lot of other kids as well. And then as assistant principal, I had impact hopefully in a positive way on all the kids in the school and all the teachers and support them. I do believe as a leader, as an administrator, you're a servant. It's servant leadership. So you're serving those faculty and staff and trying to help provide them what they need. If you provide them what they need, then they're able to provide the students what they need. And so you can make an impact on a larger group. And so that was a special time because I got to learn a lot and kind of prepare myself to be the principal here at Jones Senior.
What was it like being promoted to principal at Jones Senior High School?
Yeah, that was really neat because, I think once you get into the administrative path and you spend some time as an assistant principal, it's like being an assistant coach, and then you get an opportunity to be the head coach, and you get pretty excited about that, and you feel like you've worked hard and learned a lot, but it's a lot different. Once you're the principal, there's a lot of things you go, wow, I didn't realize necessarily all the things the principal was doing. Even as assistant principal, there were a lot of things probably with budget and some other things that I may not have had as much hands-on experience with that I had to kind of learn once I got in that role. And any role, any job that you have, doing it and getting experience in it is the best way to learn. So you're kind of learning on the job. we have a beautiful brand new facility. I guess we're in year 3 of our building now, but you know, a $50 million facility with open classroom concept and all the technology and bells and whistles. So a big part of my excitement was the building and seeing the new school, because I'd been the assistant principal, AD, and basketball coach at the old school. And so I knew that was an old building built in the 60s, and it was time. We needed a new school. And so kind of neat to be the first principal here with the new school, and these first 3 years here at Jones Senior. So just a wonderful opportunity, and certainly an honor to have gotten to serve in that role.
What were you feeling when you became the new principal at Charles B. Aycock since coming back in 2013?
Yeah, very excited. You know, when I got the call from Dr. Lewis that they were making me an offer, I was just thrilled, and especially when I found out the offer was for Charles B. Aycock High School. That was really a special place. I spent some time at Charles B. Aycock. I spent some time at Goldsboro High School, both in Wayne County, and Wayne County has a lot of good schools, and certainly those are two that are special to me because I spent time there before as a coach. And but Charles B. Aycock was certainly very special because I felt like I had a connection with some of the folks, and I feel like it's really a community school, even though it's a larger school in almost 1,200 student 3A school. It, you know, serves the Pikeville area, and I feel like that it really is a community school, and it has we talk about Falcon family, but it really has that family feel to it. You know, people genuinely care about each other and are concerned about the students. And we've got a lot of faculty members who are former graduates from CBA Cox. So, you know, we know they have that Falcon pride, and they're excited to be there pouring back into the school that they're so proud of that they graduated from. So just a lot of excitement, ready to get started. You know, I was ready to get going when he called, but obviously you have to wait until things can be official. And so certainly February 1st can't get here quick enough.
What do you plan on accomplishing coming back to Charles B. Aycock to be the new principal?
I think the biggest thing is, you know, it's an excellent school, and it always has been a reputation of being a high quality school academically, and certainly I think athletically as well. Very, very competitive, and do the things the right way. And I think that'll be, you know, the Golden Falcon way. We'll do things the right way. Continue to have that standard of excellence in all that we do. Academics will certainly come first, and we want to provide the highest quality education we can for all of our students. We want them to reach their full potential, whether that's college, whether that's career, whether that's going into the armed forces. We want them to have job-ready skills and certifications, and have the opportunity to go to a 2-year school, 4-year school, whatever their career path or their future path may be. We just want to make sure we've done everything we can to pour into them and prepare them for, you know, life after CBA Cox. So I think just the excitement of getting there with a great faculty and staff and working to do all we can to provide for our students is the excitement of coming back. And then once we get there, we'll obviously look closely at our goals, and that'll be a team approach. I'm a servant leader, and certainly believe in the teamwork and the value of collaboration and building consensus on things. So, you know, that's kind of how we'll approach it, but I'm really excited to get started.
What advice would you give future principals in the high school level of the school system?
Yeah, well, certainly I think that, you know, getting experience as an assistant principal is invaluable. I think, you know, and I think that if you can go, you know, wherever you can get experience is great. But sometimes when you're at a bigger school and they have several assistant principals, you know, some of the schools I've worked at had 3 or 4 assistant principals. And so if you have that, then you divvy up the duties. And sometimes I only, you know, that person would only work on buses or books or discipline or, and so I think when you are able to be an assistant principal at a smaller school or be the only assistant principal, you pretty much have your hands in all of it. And I think that really does prepare you well for being a principal, because once you are a principal, you're going to have your hands in all of it every day. And so being able to multitask and prioritize and manage your time and understand how all the different parts fit together, seeing the big picture. and having a systems approach to things. I think that is really important for aspiring principals. And so if you get a chance to be an assistant principal in a place where you can have your hands in kind of a little bit of all of it, I think that really helps prepare you well.
Thank you so much, Todd. It was a pleasure talking with you today.
I have really enjoyed it. Thanks for having me, Mallory, and look forward to visit with you again sometime.
Thank you.